All right, so we're back, and I want to teach you a short clip today about how a great greeting can literally change your life. Back when I was at culinary school, I was going to be interviewed by a bunch of different chefs to, as I was trying to look for a job. Everybody was doing the career fair, the job fair, and I was literally hired for my first professional position by how I greeted the chef. When he called my name to interview me, how I jumped out of my chair and walked over and greeted, actually kind of ran over, to be honest, and I greeted him and thanked him for the opportunity to be interviewed. He said he hired me right then, in his mind, and then he did the interview. And I thought that, not learning about that till later, I don't know, I've thought about it so much. I mean, that was almost 30 years ago, and here we are. So I still think about it. So today I want to teach you how a great greeting is something that we do here at the classroom, and here I teach my staff the same thing. And actually, I'm going to teach my staff as a group this lesson. So a great greeting with an authentic compliment can literally set the tone for a great anything. It can set the tone for a great conversation, a great cooking class, a great interview, right? And so how you greet someone can literally change the trajectory of your future. It changed mine, because that's how I got my first professional job at the Biltmore Estate. And then from there, my life has made really just positive growth for the most part of my life after that. And so why I think this is important, for me and to our classroom, and hopefully to you, but for us, we greet hundreds of people a week. And so for us to have a great greeting is important, because that's what we do. We meet you at the front door and we greet you. And I'm teaching my staff that includes everybody. Sure, one of the chef's faces, is at the door when you come into the classroom. But you know what? Then you head to the hand sink, and I'm teaching my dishwasher that a great greeting is his or her responsibility as well, because you might interact with the guests right there, right? My assistants that are in the room, I don't want them over somewhere else in the room. They need to, making it awkward when there's a space between the guests and the assistants kind of over somewhere else. That creates an awkwardness. And now I'm the king of awkward, which we'll talk about in a minute, in a good way. But that's kind of a weird awkward. And so the assistants are to talk with the guests and greet the guests and start to create a relationship with them. And so there's different types of greetings. I was thinking about there's different types of greetings and different types of people. And so one of these may be you. You may be the happy person who's always like super happy every time you meet everybody. I can't be that person very often. That's just not me. But then you have the authentic type of person. When you meet them, you can just feel the authenticity come from them. I hope that's me. That's how I kind of feel, in my soul, that I'm just kind of me when I greet people, not trying to be anybody else. Then you have the drab person. Hey, nice to meet you, right? Then you have the dismissive person. It's kind of like, whatever, and they're on their way, right? Then you have the distracted person who's like looking at their phone, thinking about something else. Oh yeah, hey, nice to meet you, and they have no idea that you're even standing there, right? And then you have the interested person, right? When you greet them, that you're interested in the other person. And a lot of times, that's kind of another part of me. I'm interested. I see people's T-shirts. I'm like, well, what's your T-shirt say? What's your hat say? Where'd you get that? I don't have any tattoos yet, and I think about it often. And I see people's tattoos, and I ask them, like, I'm interested. Like, why do you have it? What does it mean? Because, if you got tattoo something on your body, it has some sort of personal meaning for you. And I'm interested. I want to know. I want to know what motivated you to get whatever scripture is written on your arm, or the flowers that are going down your arm, or I've seen all kinds of different things on people. I just find it truly fascinating. And then there's the awkward, right? Sometimes I say things that are a little weird, and my staff laughs at me and they roll their eyes, and that's okay, because awkward then makes things comfortable, in my opinion. And so I am the king of awkward, asking weird questions, and I don't know. It's just something I've done for a long time, because it's kind of who I am, right? Now, a good greeting, so we're going to get into now, a good greeting begins with connection. So people will do more with you and for you when they feel connected to you, right? And so here's some key factors that I've kind of picked out for a great greeting. One is eye contact. Everyone loves eye contact, right? And the second, learn somebody's name. right? When we try to memorize people's names every single class. When you learn someone's name, they can tell you care about them, right? So eye contact, learn somebody's name, right? Then a smile. Smile is completely underrated as far as how much a smile can make a difference in your connection with somebody. Then the intent. The intent that's whatever's going on in your mind will dictate what happens really on your whole rest of your body, and people can read it. People can read no matter what. Whatever you're feeling or thinking, they can read it no matter what you say, right? And then a sincere compliment, right? A fake compliment fools no one. A fake compliment fools no one. And so I teach my staff that we should compliment people at the door. I try to do it all the time, but I only do it when I really see something that that struck me. Like sometimes there'll be, a couple will come in and you can tell that one of them went in the closet and said, "Hey, wear this shirt because it's going to look good with mine," and they looked good together, and I can see that and compliment them. Sometimes, like this lady had some really cool earrings the other day, and I was like, they were awesome. I just thought they were artistic and they were beautiful, and they matched her eyes, and it made her light up. Okay, and then when I said something, it made her light up. Okay, and so, but again, a fake compliment fools no one. So don't compliment people unless it's really authentic, it comes from your heart and you noticed something about them, right? And then the last thing is to think about, what are they thinking about, right? So much we are kind of in our little selfish world, thinking about us, thinking about, our needs and what we're about to do. But if you can, when you greet somebody, whether it's at your front door, whether it's at your home, whether it's at your business, teach this to your staff. If you're a business owner and they're doing retail or working one of these shops and they interact with your customers all the time, they need to know how to authentically greet somebody so that you win them over before they ever make a purchase. Because that's really the goal. I want to win you over before, well, you already made a purchase if you come into the classroom, but for a lot of things, you want to win them over before they ever make a purchase from you. And so it's something you got to kind of earn. And so what are they thinking about? If you can find out, or just be thinking, look at their face, look at their facial expressions, look what's going on, through their eyes in their life. And then you will be amazed at the conversations you will get, the connection you will get, and how much further it will take you and your business when you greet somebody with intention.